it's Chris here, and this is the video you all have been begging me for every single week, literally since I have had my channel. Someone, or at least a group of people, have messaged me on Facebook, DM'd me on Instagram, or sent me some comments down here in YouTube asking me, what do you have in your bug out bag, and when are you gonna do one? Well, the short answer is, I had a bug out bag, but the bug out bag I had before was pretty dang bulky. For me, I want a compact bug out bag that I can literally just pick up, grab, and go, and just be out the door, and be able to hike, walk, anything I need to with it for an extended amount of time, and not be completely bulked down. Now, this kit will have, for me, what I feel, personally, me, the essentials. I'm not gonna have a whole lot of comfort items. I'm not gonna have, a fold-out magical tent from Harry Potter. I'm gonna have everything I need to make sure that I have the tools necessary to get me where I need to go, live, and be able to have some form of self-reliance in an emergency situation. The big reason why you see things that are separated is because I wanted to distribute some of the weight on my pack on different parts of my body. I don't want everything lugged down in the back, and that'll put me in my axis or my center of gravity like kind of way off. First up is my main tool, which is my mini parang by Helm Forge. My buddy James Helm made this for me, and this thing is awesome. I actually won this in the raffle. It's a beautiful, beautiful custom parang with a 9 3/4 inch blade made of 80 CRV2, 3/16 of an inch thick. The reason we love this blade is because it's about a pound, maybe is like less than a pound and a half, but it's a very, very good chopper. This will give me a small hatchet, chopping knife. It gives me kind of an all-in-one tool so I can replace a small hatchet and a large machete all-in-one type of, an all-in-one piece. By doing so, I have a nice large blade with a really strong, powerful capacity. If you guys want to see this thing in action, I'll link that video as well. But this thing can handle some freaking business. And this is one of those blades that if I'm in a bug out scenario and I have to trust my life to a single tool, this is the one. Next, I have my military grade Kaminga compass. This is a beautiful compass. This is the Model 27. This is just, if you need a good compass, in my opinion, this is one of the best ones you can get. It's ready to go for maps. It's got a really nice hard metal case to it. Got a good strong lanyard, and it recognizes the magnetic poles and north, everything really, really well. We have a shoulder strap rigged Kanteen water bag, which has the Pathfinder survival kit in there, and this is the same setup, the same foundational setup you guys saw in my Kanteen survival kit. We love this setup, but what we're doing for a main true blue bug out bag, this is the rig up that we're going to stick with. Now, our Kaminga compass, we have the actual pouch right here that it has the molly strap clip right there holding that together. Up front, now we pulled this kit off of another kit we built for our water survival kit about 2 years ago. We love this kit to death still. But right here we have my Sawyer mini water filter with the straw, the water bag, and the plunger, so if we need to clean our kit and keep that filter going for a long amount of time, as long as we can find a water source, we're going to be good to go. Now we're going to be diving into the top of the kit. We have my shemagh. That shemagh is going to double as a filter and bandana, mosquito mask. It's going to be a pillow if I need it to be. It's going to be everything I need it to be whenever I need it. Literally, when I'm sleeping on the ground, I'll probably use my clothes, maybe my Carhartt jacket, and I'll use my shemagh and the actual size of this roll and use that as a pillow at night if I needed it to. So we're going to go ahead and remove my shemagh. It's just a normal 4x4 shemagh, nothing special. In here, we have the Pathfinder actual bottle. This is a 32.8 ounce bottle, but what we love is the actual mouth is identical in size to the Klean Kanteen, the 40 ounce bottle. We literally just took the lid off of it and replaced it with that, because if we have a tripod or you decide to put up a different setup, you can do something like that. I mean, you could literally go with the Klean Kanteen if you felt like it, but we stuck with the Pathfinder because of the other items that come with it. Now, inside this pack, we stuck 6 4.2 ounce packets of emergency water. These emergency packets will last about 5 years, so this gives us roughly 25 ounces of water, which in an emergency is plenty to get you started. Diving deeper into the contents, we have the cup right here. So this is the 25-ounce cup that you can use to boil water, put your stews and soups and fish and everything else, rice and beans, if that's something you decide to put in your kit. I mean, you know, all of this is subjective. I'm literally just showing you what I put in there. I know plenty of you guys are going to agree, and a lot more of you guys are going to disagree, or be like, yeah, I like that idea, but I would probably put this tool instead, and that's totally cool. That's what I love about building kits like this and showing these off, is everyone has a fun, different flavor. Diving deeper, we still have our NIS4 tool. This is a 3-in-1 eating utensil, for those who've never seen this on my channel. But we love this thing. This thing is great. It's a spoon, a fork, and a knife all in one. You basically hold this piece out, the fork pops out, you got a fork, you've got your spoon, and you have an actual usable stainless steel knife right in a small convenient package. Just to err on the side of caution, just in case we have a hard time finding really good tinder out while we're in an emergency situation. Texas is a pretty harsh place for anybody who lives here. You know, when you're out in the woods, you really need to be a country boy, otherwise you, or a country girl, you might have a hard time. So we decided to pre-break up some really small pieces of fat wood, and we actually have a small pencil sharpener that's in our main fire kit to help us break this tinder down, to help us get something going if we need it. Finally, we have the actual lid and the camp stove portion. This is kind of tricky to get out just because it's so sharp on the edges. It's not like sharp, it's just, you know, not rounded off. Alright, we'll let that go. So this is the actual lid where your clamp can actually fit onto. Put this upside down, you put your tinder in there, a fuel cube if you have access to one, and bam, you have a stove kit all in one. Now this bag we actually got from our good buddy Chris Deslow over at 4 Directions Bushcraft. This is actually a new pack. We just got this in. But this pack is awesome. It's nice and budget friendly. It's sub 30 bucks, which is great. But it gives us a nice compact size. Lots of options. We got the main pouch, a middle pouch, 2 back pouches. It's got all the straps to make sure we keep everything locked in. Plenty of MOLLE attachments. We do have the quick grab handle right here, so if you need to just pick your pack up and run. It is water bag compatible. We do have all the MOLLE attachments, hooks, and really good, comfortable shoulder straps here. And I use the MOLLE pouch right here for my Ranger bead so I can help keep my navigation in check while I am on the move. Now, with any of the gear that I am showcasing here in my bug out kit, if you want to learn and know more about all that stuff, we're definitely going to be dropping a lot of links and Amazon links down in the description box below. And yes, to be totally transparent, if you end up shopping on those links, they do help support our channel. You can tell my OCD is kicking in because all my zippers are literally on one side. It's probably because I'm left-handed and I like to basically cross over my body, but that's not a big deal. So we're gonna get into the small stuff first. So this is the top pack. Now this is something new to the channel. I haven't even been able to show this off, but we've been doing some testing with it and its merits are holding up beautifully. This right here is new for 2000 and it's like end of 2016. This is the Gerber center drive. We love this multi-tool. We think having a multi-tool in your kit as a just-in-case setup is just a really smart idea. It does have a nice backup full-size knife. We do like the smooth action on this thing. It's just a really good tool. Now this tool is not the cheapest, but if you want a good high-quality multi-tool, most of them do cost around 100 bucks or so. It does give us a full bit set, which is awesome. So if we run into a situation we need to do any repairs, we get to an urban area, and I live in the middle of a city, so I try to balance this kit out to have urban capabilities as well as being in an outdoor wilderness environment. I have my micro Jetstream emergency whistle. This is something we may end up attaching to the outside of our pack just so we have access to it if we're in a situation where our emergency causes us to want to go back to help. We are in, you know, a place where we're not in civilization, but we want to get back to it. You know, the rule of law hasn't, you know, affected us. We just need to call for help. This is a good loud whistle. We love it for its size, and it floats. Next, this is another item we had in our Kanteen survival kit. This is the Lost Hiker kit by Bronson. This is awesome. We love this kit because of how just small it is. We have a Fresnel lens for starting a solar fire if we need it. We have a emergency signal mirror with directions on how to use it. Then we have a disc compass if our Kaminga breaks and we need something in emergency on the go. And we have some instructions to help us along the way for water purification, shelter, and signaling. So this is a new item for at least my Walmart. Can you guess what those are? No, they are not cool wicked shades for Men in Black like 7. These are folding scissors. You literally let them come out like that. Bam! Here's a little piece of cardstock, so it's a little bit thicker material. But yeah, cuts right into it. No snagging. really works really well. It doesn't hurt the hand. It's nice and rounded off on both sides, so you can be left or right-handed and not have a problem. Then when you're done with them, you literally just shove them right back to where they were, to this location. Now, we've got my backcountry kit ultralight. Now, why did I not go with a better med kit? Here's why. A lot of people are like, well, I'd put an IFAC and I'd have a trauma kit and I'd do this and I'd do that and blah, blah, blah. I totally get it, man. And I will, for the sake of argument, touch on the fact that I will get into why we don't have a trauma kit. Is typically, that tends to be a rare thing to have a trauma kit available. I know a lot of you are like, well, I'd rather have one or not need it. I get it. But if I use that philosophy for everything, this bag would be 3 times bigger than it should be. And for me, I want to be able to have a very mobile setup still. But I do want to have something in case I run into something a little off. And we do have some scissors, we do have some things that work, so if I gotta get a makeshift thing going on, we can have a little bit of a setup. So the next item up comes from the Stanford Outdoor Supply new land navigation kit. This is a pace counter, which I can use in conjunction with my Ranger beads, so I can keep about 100 paces, which is roughly, for most adult humans, about 3 feet average, which is very similar to a meter. So you're gonna be very close when you're doing some navigation with your compass and your Ranger beads. So once you find your bearing, you'll be able to keep pace pretty well. The next item up is my Work Sharp Field Sharpener. This is an invaluable tool in my opinion. This gives you a little bit of everything that you can keep out in the field with you. You have rough stone, smooth stone, leather strop, the ceramic rods. You can do fishing and arrows if that you set up like that. You're pretty much squared away. Now, this is something we feel is pretty important. These are some sanitizing hand wipes that have like the alcohol prep pads. So if we need it to clean off a wound, we need to keep our hands clean before we consume a meal. We don't know what we're gonna run into, but these are 12 of these little packets right here. But in addition to that, we actually threw in some 2 ounce bottle of Purell. We don't want to go bigger than this, but this will kind of help us in a pinch if we notice we're getting just a little too dirty and we're not having an ability to clean up our food. Now, for a illumination, we have the Nightcore EA21. Reason why is we want to keep it light so we can stick this in our pocket if we need to. Keep in mind, I might have stuff already on me in an EDC format, like a flashlight already on me, but I want another flashlight in my pack. So I chose this one because it takes a minimal space. It is pretty darn bright. It gets the job done. We love the 9 modes it gives us, but it takes common batteries, which is a big plus for us. And those plus batteries, we decided to stick in 8 AA batteries in our kit to make sure we have several replacements if we need this light for an extended amount of time. A nice big Carpenter's pencil sharpener. We love this thing. Here's why. If you decided to you're near a water source where the fishing's pretty good, and let's say you want to try your hand or you have had experience doing some spear fishing, we feel that this will give you that 4-prong like spear fishing spear that you can use even with animals, I guess, if you had to. But you can split that stick up into 4, use your paracord and your sticks to kind of cross everything together, and once you actually use this will give you a perfectly symmetrical point to take those things down to a nice sharp end, and you can use it in your fire to do fire hardening on the wood. But this will give you symmetrical setup, so you're not spending like 7 hours with your knife, dulling your knife for no reason. You have this tool with you. So I've got some gloves. My hands are probably gonna hurt, and keeping them as protected as I can is probably a good idea. These are my Ironclad Exo impact gloves. These are kind of like tactical gloves, but they're pretty invaluable in our opinion because they're going to give us some protection when we're out in the elements, and every little layer of protection for us is super important. The Momma Bushcraft Black, we have a fire rod, we have another layer of redundancy for sharpening a blade, but we all know the benefits of the Momma Bushcraft Black. 4.3-inch blade, nice sharp spine for striking ferro rods. It's got a good strong tip. That Scandi grind is just ridiculous. We love the ergonomics of it, but we can use this for a lot of other small camp chores if we need it, because we know through history and the track record of this knife to just be solid. Now, this is probably it should be a no-brainer, but this is a 100-foot Hank of Titan survival cord. I'm sure you can understand why we picked that up, because we do love the 7-strand 550 paracord you do get. However, this comes with waxed braided jute for fire starting. It gives you copper filament wire for trapping and snares and anything else like that you need. But in addition to that, we get 100 feet of 8-pound test monofilament fishing line for our fishing kit that we have in this pack also. Next up is our hunting tool. Now, some people are gonna be like, wow, that's awesome, and there's gonna be a bunch of you guys down Gonna be like, well, I would have a Ruger 1022, or I have an AR-15 or a 308 or a 243 or 270, or I'd have a natural recurve bow or whatever. Okay, and those are all totally awesome, viable tools, but for us, we want to go light but capable, and we know this setup is capable. This is the Sling bow from the Simple Shot. Now, we haven't done a review on this, though we haven't filmed, but this gives us a nice good grip, a wristband, a whisker biscuit, and we have some very powerful bands that we have in here. And in this setup, it gives us a double looped band, which provides us 45 pounds of draw weight, which will be just viable enough for hunting. So you take the bands, you plug them up right here, and when you're ready to tighten them up, get them nice and even, you start pulling through. Boom. And that's one side, and then you loop over the other side and you will have a drawstring ready to go. But when it's all said and done and looks like this, we do have the Dacron string right here so we can knock our arrows. So you can use takedown arrows, traditional arrows, anything like that. But that, oh, it's nice and tough. But we get about a 45-pound draw weight with this setup in absolute minimal space. And we love the plug system because we can take our bags and put our bands away and keep them protected from the elements when not in use. But this is a folding shovel, like a hand folding shovel. Now, some people were like, well, I'd have a bigger one, and there are way cool bigger ones, but we decided that this was like the only tool, this is the only thing we weren't really covering. And we found this at Walmart for about $4. I will link that in the Walmart video. But if you need to do some small shovel work, like small, I mean, you're not digging your freaking survival shelter with this thing, but if you need to make a small trap, having just a little bit of something is better than absolutely nothing. And we love the fact that when it's all said and done, it folds down to a really, really small size. We have ourselves the survival tabs. This is a meal replacement. This is 180 tablets. This is designed for an extreme emergency. Will give us 15 days worth of food, and in a normal survival food situation, this will give us about 5 days. So we have 5 to 15 days worth of food. But the beautiful part about this is, as it's closed out right now, 25 years shelf life. So I can literally put this with a bunch of stuff and leave it and forget it. Now we're going to be diving into the heart of the bag, which has some goodies in it, let me tell you what. But we have our grist saw. We love this thing because it gives us a saw similar to the Baco Laplander in a smaller frame. Those teeth are really sharp actually. So yeah, be careful. I did cut myself, so be careful opening this stuff. But we love the fact that it has a really good full-size blade. We can replace the blades if we need to, but the way the sheath is designed and everything clips right in, it gives us a small package that's even thinner than the Baco. Next item up, we took care of our sleeping bag situation. This is an emergency sleeping bag, but it's a little more robust than like a survival blanket and will last us quite a long time. There's toilet paper and tissues. Now, this is about a half a roll of toilet paper that we have literally compressed and smushed down. We have a whole like travel size pack of tissues. Now this won't last too long. If I'm really frugal, I can make this last, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks. But it's a bug out thing, and hopefully if we have a bug out location or things go back to normal, that will take me through. If not, I am going to hope to God that there is some way to do that. My bug out fire kit. This thing is basically set up for me to never ever come home. Now I do have a full video on this. This is just awesome. We have my Micro Altoids fire tin right here that I use for EDC. This is like one of like 5 that I've set up identically that we went ahead and put in this kit. I have 2 packets of like punk wood dust. It chars and dries up really well. We have several Bic lighters in here. We have over 60 guitar picks. We have fire fuses that we cut down. We have about 40 fire fuses in here. I'll open this up so you guys can see the top a little bit. We have several FireSteels in here. We have a lens, an actual convex lens, an eyeglass lens in here. We have that pencil sharpener I talked about. We have 30 feet of Kevlar thread. We have about, for our flint wheel that we have in here, we also have replacement flints here as well. So if we run out of FireSteels, we can use that as an emergency situation to kind of give us that flint steel kind of vibe in a modern twist. This is our like trapping and fishing kit, nice and small. As you can see, I love compartments. I love keeping my stuff organized. So this we'll actually get into a little bit, but so we've got 2 packets of night braided line. Then we have 2 different lengths of trapped snare wire. right here. We actually loosened that one up so we could fit it around the yo-yo fishing reel that we're going to get into. Now we have some braided fishing line, we have some zip ties, we have some grub bodies, some safety pins, a big huge sheet of aluminum foil. Over here we have some more braided line, we have hooks, swivels, weights, more grub bodies, a lot of fish hooks in there, so we have some good fishing line, but we also included 2 yo-yo fishing reels. So I'm sure you guys are wondering where the shelter is. This particular piece of shelter we felt was an absolute godsend. We found this at a military surplus store. This is actually a European military one-man tent. So here is our European military tent setup. I'm sure some of you have seen something like this before, but we love this thing. I mean, it's really small, it's really lightweight, does not take a lot of space, and gives us a full shelter rig. And trust me, it smells like an old military, like, surplus warehouse. It totally smells like one. Anyone who's in the military, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So we have some aluminum tent pegs. We love these. So we have 4 tent pegs right there, so we're good to go. Now this is the front part of the shelter, which is you attach the pole right here and you loop this thing in. You're gonna hammer it down and you'll make it longer so you have a nice front, like A-frame style opening. Now we went ahead and stuck from the Stanford Outdoor Supply shelter kit. We have the ground cover. We went ahead and slipped that in there because it's really taking up no space at all. This was really, when it's squished down, is maybe a 1/4 inch thick, but it gives us a huge base to give us a dry segment if we're in a really weird spot. And last but not least is the actual contents. This is kind of like a very similar to like a Gore-Tex material. It folds out. It has all of the grommet holes and all of the winchings and everything. I'm not going to unfold this because I want to put this back. All in all, this is our bug out survival kit. Now, we like this kit a lot. We think we touched a lot of bases. We have fishing, hunting, and trapping covered. We've got our fire covered. We have some utility tasks covered. We have multiple blades. We've got our shelter. We have cordage. We've got food. We definitely have water. We have our cooking setup. We have some little bit of hygiene rolled in. We have a multi-tool. We have illumination. We have ability to keep our stuff sharp. We have a little bit of first aid. But I truly hope you guys enjoyed my take and what I actually carry in my bug out survival kit. This is my personal bug out bag. If you want to see, like I said, any more videos on some individual breakdowns of some of the stuff that we've done in the past, I'm definitely going to be dropping some links down the description box below, as well as some Amazon links. You guys can go check out some of this stuff and do some more research for yourselves. We would love to know what you guys think about my bug out survival bag and what you would add, what you would take away. Definitely drop down some positive, constructive criticism down in the comment section below. We always love to hear back from you guys because it gives us feedback and gives us some fresh ideas and some content, because that's what we're about in the outdoor survival and prepping community, is pulling from each other, learning what we can, where we can, and when we can. 2 more short announcements before I actually roll out of this video is my wife, aka Outdoor Mama, who you saw in the intro, is starting her first YouTube channel, and her first couple of videos are going to be swinging down the pipeline very soon. She has her own very first everyday carry upload already put onto the channel. I'm going to link her channel down in the description box below, so you guys can go sub to her, show her some support, as from she is connected to our DSFS family, so I definitely feel we should support her and love her and like her videos, give her some constructive feedback, and encourage her to keep doing what she's doing. We are been moving and growing and making some tremendous strides here on the channel. We are just almost at 37,000 subscribers at the time of filming this video, and we are pushing really hard to get to 50,000 subscribers, which is a beautiful milestone for us. And in celebration of that, we are already been preparing for a humongous $5,000 survival gear giveaway. We are going to have 5 to 8 winners, and you will see prize packs about this big per person, with multiple winners getting things this freaking big. So imagine 5 complete rig setups just like this per person, just for being a subscriber. It's freaking awesome. So if you want us to reach that goal, definitely drop down in this video, comment, like, and share these videos out. Watch our videos, help us grow, spread the word so we can celebrate with you guys in a major freaking way. But that just about does it for now. I hope you guys have an absolute wonderful day. I'm out.